Seniors over 60 stop eating. These 7 worst fruits, they destroy leg strength. Have you ever stood up from your chair and felt like your legs were stalling? Just for a moment, that strange heaviness in your thighs, that tightness in your knees after a short walk. You eat fruits. You try to stay healthy. But what if the very fruits you trust are silently working against you? After 60, our bodies change in ways no one prepares us for. And while most people blame age for their leg pain or joint stiffness, the truth is, some of the fruits sitting right in your kitchen may be weakening your legs every single day. Fruits that look harmless, even healthy, but for aging joints and fragile circulation, they can trigger swelling, stiffness, and that creeping feeling of weakness. Today, we'll walk through the 7 fruits that seniors should stop eating and the better alternatives your body will actually thank you for. If you care about living strong and aging well, click that subscribe button now. You deserve to stay informed and independent. Part 1: Pineapple, the acidic illusion that wears down your legs. Let's begin with one of the most surprising fruits on the list: pineapple. Sweet, juicy, tropical. It's often praised as an anti-inflammatory superfood. And yes, it does contain bromelain, an enzyme known to reduce swelling. But here's the hidden truth no one talks about for seniors over 60. Pineapple can quietly work against your legs, causing more harm than good. Why? As we age, our blood vessels become more fragile and our joint linings thin out. Even natural acids that young bodies can handle, like the strong citric and malic acids in pineapple, can now irritate tissues, inflame joints, and worsen chronic pain in older adults. A 2022 review published in Nutrients Journal found that excessive intake of acidic fruits was directly associated with increased arthritis flare-ups in adults over 60, particularly in the knees and hips. And pineapple. It's one of the most acidic fruits available, with a pH between 3.2 and 4.0. That level of acidity can slowly erode joint cartilage and increase inflammation in people with osteoarthritis, gout, or just age-related wear and tear. But that's not all. Pineapple is also high in natural sugar, about 16 grams per cup. And while that might not seem alarming, for seniors with slowed insulin response, that sugar can cause dangerous spikes in blood sugar. Over time, those spikes damage the tiny capillaries that bring oxygen and nutrients to your legs, calves, ankles, and feet. What does that feel like? A dull ache after walking, swollen ankles after sitting, a stiffness in your knees when you get up. Sound familiar? And let's not forget medications. Pineapple's bromelain can interact with blood thinners like warfarin, increasing the risk of internal bleeding or reducing the medication's effect. Yet most seniors are never warned about this. So what's the takeaway? If you're over 60 and dealing with chronic leg pain, swelling, or stiffness, it's time to seriously cut back on pineapple or monitor how your body reacts after eating it. Instead of eliminating fruit altogether, we'll soon explore gentler, joint-friendly options that nourish without hurting. But before that, let's look at another safe fruit that many eat daily, sometimes even with breakfast, that may be quietly robbing you of strength and stability. Part 2: Bananas, the muscle fruit that may be weakening your legs. If pineapple is the fruit that quietly inflames your joints, then banana is the one that gently lulls you into thinking it's helping your muscles while slowly draining their strength. Let me explain. Bananas are widely viewed as a muscle-friendly food, rich in potassium, magnesium, and natural sugars. They're often recommended for preventing cramps and boosting energy. But here's what many seniors don't realize: your aging metabolism doesn't handle bananas the way it used to. And that mismatch can spell trouble for your legs. According to a 2018 study published in the Journal of Gerontology, glucose sensitivity in people over 60 decreases by nearly 30% compared to young adults. That means after eating high-carb fruits like bananas, seniors often experience a sudden spike in blood sugar, followed by a sluggish crash. And where does that crash hit hardest? Your legs. You might feel a dull heaviness in your thighs after breakfast, a slight wobble when climbing stairs, or that tired, dragging sensation in your calves, even after sitting. Bananas contain about 27 grams of carbohydrates per medium fruit, most of which come from fast-digesting simple sugars. These sugars rapidly raise blood glucose, then fall. This roller coaster effect weakens circulation, contributes to inflammation, and can lead to fluid retention, especially in the lower limbs. That's why many seniors who regularly eat bananas also report symptoms like swollen ankles in the afternoon, stiff calves after walking, morning leg fatigue despite resting all night. Even worse, if you have heart or kidney issues, your body may struggle to properly regulate potassium. Too much potassium from daily banana intake may strain the kidneys or interfere with medications, especially diuretics or ACE inhibitors. Bananas aren't inherently bad, but they're not one-size-fits-all, especially when your muscle recovery, circulation, and insulin function have changed with age. So if you've been eating bananas daily, thinking they're strengthening your legs but still feel weaker, this could be why. Now that we've uncovered the hidden dangers of this muscle fruit, let's turn our attention to another small, sweet favorite that seems harmless, but might be one of the biggest silent triggers for joint pain and nighttime stiffness. Part 3, grapes, the tiny fruit that fuels joint swelling and leg stiffness. We've talked about pineapple's acids and banana's sugar crash, but what if I told you the smallest fruit in your kitchen could pack one of the biggest punches against your leg health? Let's talk about grapes. They're tiny, sweet, and often seen as a heart-healthy snack. You can pop them in your mouth while watching TV or toss them into your salad without a second thought. But here's the truth for seniors: over 60 grapes can quietly stir up inflammation, joint pain, and even nighttime leg stiffness. Why grapes are high in a type of sugar called fructose. Unlike glucose, which is used for energy, fructose is processed directly by the liver, and in many older adults, the liver can't keep up. Instead of converting fructose into fuel, it turns it into fat and uric acid, two compounds that wreak havoc on joints. A 2017 study in arthritis research and therapy found that high fructose consumption was linked to elevated uric acid levels and more frequent gout flare-ups, particularly in the knees, toes, and ankles of individuals over 55. If you've ever woken up with burning pain in your big toe, or experienced a sudden locked knee while walking, grapes may be playing a hidden role. Let's break it down further. 1 cup of grapes contains about 23 grams of sugar, mostly fructose. This can quickly overload your liver, especially if you snack on grapes several times a day. As uric acid builds, it crystallizes in your joints, triggering inflammation, swelling, and sharp pain. Worse yet, grapes are easy to overeat. They're bite-sized, refreshing, and marketed as nature's candy. Before you know it, you've eaten 2 or 3 cups, and that sugar doesn't just vanish. It lingers in your bloodstream, contributes to insulin resistance, and fuels inflammation in areas with weak circulation, like your knees, calves, and ankles. If you've been dealing with nighttime foot or toe pain, shin, stiff calves in the morning, chronic swelling in your ankles, it might be time to reevaluate your grape habit. Again, the issue isn't grapes themselves, it's how your aging body handles them. In small, occasional amounts, they may be fine, but as a daily snack for seniors with joint pain or circulation issues, they may be doing more harm than good. Now that we've peeled back the truth on grapes, let's move to a fruit that feels like summer in every bite. Cool, juicy, and seemingly harmless, but it may spike your blood sugar like candy and leave your legs heavier than ever. Part 4, watermelon, the hydration illusion that spikes sugar and drains energy. We've just uncovered how grapes, despite their size, can overload your joints with uric acid. But now, let's turn to a fruit that almost everyone believes is harmless, even essential for hydration. I'm talking about watermelon. It's light, refreshing, and feels like summer in every bite. Many seniors eat it daily, especially during hot days, and thinking it's just water. What harm could it possibly do? But here's the surprise for those over 60: watermelon might be silently sabotaging your energy, balance, and leg strength. Yes, it's true, watermelon is about 92% water. But the remaining 8%, that's where the trouble begins. Despite its juicy texture, watermelon is loaded with natural sugar, roughly 17 grams per one medium slice. Even worse, it has a very high glycemic index GI of about 7280, which means it spikes your blood sugar almost as fast as white bread. Why does this matter for your legs? Because repeated blood sugar spikes damage capillaries, especially those in your legs, feet, and ankles. These tiny vessels are responsible for delivering oxygen and nutrients to your muscles. When they weaken or stiffen, you may feel heavy legs after walking, calf tightness after meals, sudden energy crashes that make movement feel exhausting. And if you have prediabetes, insulin resistance, or circulation issues, watermelon can accelerate the problem. In fact, a 2020 study in diabetes care noted that high GI fruits significantly contributed to microvascular damage in seniors with type 2 diabetes, especially in lower limbs. And yes, watermelon was listed among the top offenders. To make things trickier, watermelon is so easy to overeat. One slice becomes two, then three, and before you know it, you've consumed over 50 grams of sugar without even feeling full. But your legs will feel it later in stiffness, swelling, and subtle fatigue that grows over time. Watermelon isn't bad, but for aging bodies, it's deceptively aggressive, especially if you're already feeling more tired, slower on your feet, or waking up with sore knees. And remember, sugar-driven inflammation tends to pool in the legs, where circulation slows with age. So what can you do if you love watermelon? Eat it in moderation, ideally with a protein or fiber source to slow down sugar absorption, or better yet, choose fruits that hydrate and support joint health at the same time. Don't worry, and we'll get to those soon. But before we get to healing alternatives, there's one more fruit that shows up in nearly every senior's breakfast. It's bright, cheerful, and known for boosting immunity. But behind that orange glow lies an acid bomb that may be aggravating your joints every single morning. Part 5, Oranges, the healthy morning habit that may be fueling your joint pain. Oranges are often part of a healthy breakfast for seniors, whether in slices or as a glass of juice. But for people over 60, their acidity and sugar content may silently worsen joint pain. Oranges are high in citric acid, which can irritate aging joints, especially in those with arthritis or chronic inflammation. They also contain about 12 grams of sugar per fruit and up to 21 grams per 8 Oz of orange juice, but without the fiber to slow absorption. What does this mean if you often feel stiff knees in the morning? Thin, swelling after sitting, fatigue in your legs after breakfast. Your daily orange habit might be contributing. A study in Clinical Rheumatology 2015 found that citrus fruits, especially oranges, were a common trigger of joint sensitivity in seniors. That's not to say you must avoid them completely, just be cautious. Limit orange juice, and if you enjoy oranges, pair them with a protein or healthy fat to reduce the sugar and acid impact. Next, let's look at a fruit that seems even safer: green, crisp, and less sweet, but may be causing your knees to stiffen and your sleep to suffer. Part 6, Green apples, the healthy snack that quietly triggers leg cramps and stiff knees. Green apples seem like the healthier choice: less sugar, more fiber, and a crisp bite. But for seniors, especially those with joint issues, green apples may silently contribute to leg stiffness and nighttime cramps. Why? They're high in malic acid, which gives them that sour flavor. While malic acid can support energy metabolism, in older adults it may irritate sensitive joints, especially in the hips and knees. A 2019 review in Frontiers in Nutrition found that high malic acid intake could increase joint sensitivity in people over 60, particularly those with cartilage wear. Green apples also contain about 17 grams of natural sugar, which when not balanced with fat or protein can cause mild blood sugar spikes, leading to overnight leg cramps. Early morning knee stiffness, tingling in the feet after walking. And because green apples are often eaten as a bedtime snack, Their effects on joint tension and blood sugar may go unnoticed until your sleep and mobility suffer. You don't have to stop eating them completely. Just pair them with a small handful of nuts or a slice of cheese to buffer the sugar and acid. Now, get ready for the final fruit on our watch list, a tropical favorite that tastes like candy, but may be the most harmful for aging nerves and blood vessels. Part 7, Mango, the sweetest mistake that may be damaging your nerves and circulation. Mangoes are delicious, soft, juicy, and packed with vitamins. But for seniors, they may be one of the most harmful fruits for blood sugar, nerves, and leg circulation. One medium mango contains up to 45 grams of sugar, more than a can of soda. Its glycemic index ranges from 55 to 60, which can cause sharp blood sugar spikes in people over 60 with slowed insulin response. What does that lead to? Numbness or tingling in the feet, fatigue after short walks, burning sensations in the calves or toes. A 2021 study in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism linked excess sugar intake in seniors to nerve sensitivity and poor leg circulation. Mango's low fiber and high sugar combo hits hard and fast. Plus, mangoes are easy to overeat. Half a fruit becomes a whole, and the sugar load builds silently, adding to inflammation and joint pressure. Some people also experience mild allergic reactions to mango compounds, leading to sore joints or skin irritation without realizing the cause. Bottom line, if you love mango, eat it in moderation, ideally with protein or fiber. But if you're struggling with leg fatigue or nerve pain, it may be time to cut back. Now that we've covered the worst offenders, let's shift to the good news, the best healing fruits for seniors that fight inflammation and restore strength. Part 8, what you should eat instead. Healing fruits that rebuild strength, not steal it. Now that we've carefully walked through the 7 fruits seniors over 60 should avoid, you may be wondering, so many, what's left? What can I eat that won't hurt my legs, joints, or energy? That's the best part, because while some fruits work against your aging body, others were practically designed by nature to work for you. These aren't just safe, they're therapeutic. Let's explore a few of the best healing fruits that support circulation, reduce inflammation, and actually help you walk easier, move better, and live stronger. Factor E1, berries. The anti-inflammatory powerhouses. Blueberries, raspberries, and blackberries may be small, but they're rich in antioxidants, especially anthocyanins, which help protect cells from damage and reduce inflammation in joints. A 2019 study in Nutrients confirmed that daily intake of blueberries improved joint mobility and reduced oxidative stress in older adults. And here's the bonus, berries are low in sugar and high in fiber, meaning they won't spike your blood sugar the way mango or watermelon might. 1-2 cup of blueberries contains only 7 grams of sugar, far less than most fruits on the avoid list. Plus, their deep color isn't just pretty, it's a sign of healing phytonutrients at work. 2 cherries, natural uric acid fighters. If you've been struggling with joint pain, gout, or occasional foot swelling, cherries may become your new best friend. Cherries contain anthocyanins and polyphenols that have been shown to lower uric acid levels, reduce inflammation, and ease stiffness. A 2012 study in arthritis and rheumatism found that cherry consumption reduced the risk of gout flare-ups by 35%. Even a small handful a few times a week can make a difference, especially in those with pain concentrated in the toes, ankles, and knees. 3. Avocado, healthy fats for joint support. Yes, it's a fruit, and yes, it's a superstar when it comes to senior joint health. Avocados are high in monounsaturated fats, which help lubricate joints and reduce inflammation. They also contain magnesium and potassium, key minerals that assist in muscle relaxation and fluid balance. Even better, they help stabilize blood sugar, making them ideal for those managing insulin resistance or fatigue after meals. Slice it into a salad or mash it on whole grain toast, your joints will thank you. 4. Papaya, gentle on digestion, tough on inflammation. Papaya contains papain, a natural enzyme that aids digestion and reduces swelling. It's soft, easy to chew, and packed with vitamin C and beta-carotene, both of which support immune function and tissue repair. For seniors dealing with bloating, constipation, or post-meal heaviness, papaya can help ease the gut and support joint comfort at the same time. Pears sweet, but stable unlike mangoes or grapes. Pears offer gentle sweetness without spiking blood sugar. One medium pear has 6 grams of fiber, which slows sugar absorption and supports steady energy, important for maintaining leg strength. Plus, pears are hydrating and have a soft texture perfect for those with dental sensitivities. Pro tip: pair pear slices with a few walnuts or almonds to create a leg-friendly, anti-inflammatory snack. These are fruits your body can trust again. They don't just not harm your joints, they actively help them. They don't spike sugar, they stabilize it. And they don't leave you heavy, they lighten your steps. But beyond fruit, there's more you can do. In the final section, let's summarize what we've learned and share a few parting words of hope, strength, and daily motivation to help you live the healthy, independent life you deserve. Seniors, aging is not a defeat, it's a transition. And the foods we once trusted may no longer serve us the same way. But with small, conscious choices like replacing mangoes with berries or orange juice with avocado toast, we reclaim our strength, step by step. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be aware. Your legs, your joints, your independence, they're worth protecting. So tell me which fruit surprised you most today. Leave a 1 in the comments if you learned something helpful, or neuron if you're just starting your journey. And if you want to keep walking stronger every day, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon. You're not alone. You're not too late. You're just getting wiser with every bite you choose.